On to example 3. So this is asking us to balance the below equation. CH4 plus oxygen produces carbon dioxide and water. So the first thing we do, as always, is write down how many of each atom we've got. So starting with our reactants, the 3 elements we've got are carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. There's no number after our carbon, which means 1, 4 hydrogen, 2 oxygen. Then we do the same for our products. Now, what you need to note here, this CO, okay, it's a capital C, a capital O. That tells us it's carbon and oxygen, okay? It's not CO small o, which would be cobalt. You need to make sure that you remember that anytime there's a new capital letter, that symbolises there's a new element, okay? So this capital C here, carbon, there's 1 of them. There's 2H, there's 2 hydrogen. Now the oxygen is across both of our product molecules, so we need to total that. So there's 2 here and 1 there. So in total we've got 3 oxygen atoms. Now you can see straight away your carbons are balanced, but the hydrogen and oxygen are not. So a new rule here for when balancing equations that we've not covered so far is that you always want to try and balance atoms that only appear in one thing before and after the arrow. And let me explain what I mean by that. So if you look at hydrogen here, hydrogen is in CH4, but it's not in oxygen. Okay? After the arrow, it's in water, but it's not in carbon dioxide. So it's in one thing before the arrow and one thing after the arrow. If you look at oxygen, however, oxygen atoms appear once before the arrow, but then it is in both product molecules. Now we don't want to try and balance the oxygen first. We want to try and balance only the things that appear one time before and after the arrow. It just makes things much easier, much neater. So we'll start with our hydrogen. We've got 4 before, okay, in our reactants, only 2 in our products. So we're going to place a big 2 before our water, okay. 2 times 2 is now going to be 4, so we'll now have 4 hydrogen. Now this big 2 not only affects the hydrogen, but also the oxygen. So this is going to change how many oxygen atoms we've got. So now in total, we have 2 oxygen atoms in our carbon dioxide. And now we've got 2 oxygen atoms in our water. So in total in our products, we've got 4 oxygen atoms now. Okay. Now, if we look here, hydrogen is now balanced, so it's just to finish off our oxygen. So we want to turn this into a 4, and we can do that by placing a big 2 in front of our oxygen. We now have 4 oxygen atoms and now have a balanced equation.